In today's episode, we're going to talk about goals. How, as a startup founders, you should define your goals, but not only that, is what type of goals we need to focus on as a startup founders. There are actually three big categories of goals. I'm going to talk about and share a story of a founder that I've coached recently, and we went through that process after his seed round. So stay tuned and let's dive in. Hello everyone. So as I said, I just recently coached a startup founder. He just closed his seed rounds and he's now accelerating his business. And we review his goals and define really what are the top categories. And after that, those three main categories we dive into. So I'm going to share a bit of what we've done together. The first category that is very important, actually I can share three categories. The first one is a product, the second one is the market, and the last one are finances. So I'm going to dive into each of them. First, the product is the easiest one, because you just need to set a due date on when you want to have a product done. You need to have a list of features, establish what are the features that you wish have at a specific time, what type, not only focusing on the features, but what type of service and how your product will help your users. So that's really something that we need to look for, and to have a certain maybe amount of users that are using your application. That can be the type of goals that you can have. Of course, here the goal is really focused on having the product more than acquisition on the product, on your funnel, etc. So features, when you want to have it done, and what people will be able to do with your product. That's the main category. The second one is the market category. So the market will go through establishing the brand, having the recognition of the community, social media community, etc., having some attraction from the crowd, and knowing that there are some users that are really fond of what you want to do. So that's really the second part. And here you also need to have some goals in terms of key results that you want to achieve, the amount of users, daily users on your application, etc. That's the type of thing that you want to work on. And the last category that you absolutely need to work on are the finance, of course, because any business are meant to generate some revenue. And the finance is definitely one of the key things of any business. So there are actually four ways to establish the finance. And there is something, a matrix that I really love, which is the runway. The runway is how much time do you have before bankruptcy, basically, before to close the company. And of course, when you get started, you are at zero, and then maybe you get a bit of investments. Maybe you can have some service-based business model on the beginning to help the company to establish itself and to be recognized, etc. And after several months, maybe you will work on the three other angles. So the first one was to first get some investments. Getting investments helps a lot because it increases your runway based on the amount of money that you have to, the bill that you have to pay on a weekly basis. The second angle is, of course, to find a service-based business model. That's something that is a lot of startups often forget because they focus too much on their product, but they can also offer some service-based business model, which can really help the company to establish itself in two ways. First, from a financial point of view, and as well from a recognition point of view. And people will recognize you for what you do. And if you are good at what you do, usually that's a good thing. The other one is to, of course, to get some investments. So the investments automatically increase your runway, and that's cool. You can also have develop a new business model. So of course, increasing your business model, we will automatically increase your runway because it will increase your revenue. And there is a last one as well, which is the opposite of spending money, which is to reduce your costs. So reducing costs is also a very good way to increase the runway and to have a more to have more cash for long I would say a longer time. So that's the 5 ways for you to increase the runway. And that's not only startups focus is not only to find business models. Often they just won't find business model and they don't take into consideration the rest. But if from the financial point of view, we take the 5 angles, that's way better. And that's also a way for sometimes overcoming some difficulties. So I wish it helps. Wishing you a great day. Establish your goals. That's you cannot meet your goals if you don't put them and write them down. So that's really, really key. And I do recommend the OKR methodology. If you don't know that methodology, check on the web, on YouTube. I did a quite good videos. If you search My City of Friend OKR, you will find it on YouTube. And yeah, definitely define your OKRs and your goals. Wishing you a great day and talk again very soon. Bye for now.